Really give you that feeling for that. And we're just going to talk about it. I've seen players, they put the towel high underneath both their arms, and then they swing back and forth. Prevent me from getting flippy, where I hit the ball like this with chip shots with the towel high up underneath my arms, underneath my armpits here. And I'm just going to hit a few little chip shots. Back and through. You can see there's a little bit of ball here, my weight's forward. But it just helps give me that feeling for a few little half shots here. Back and through. And by connecting the arms up to the trunk, well, what happens? And so now I'm going to do a half swing, 3/4, maybe a little bit longer on the side. And just do some swings. Almost 90 there for just a little swing. Hey everybody, Barry here. I just want to come on today and I'm going to talk a little bit about connection in the golf swing, particularly connecting the arms to the body. I'm going to show you a drill to help you improve your contact and get your swing sequence going a little bit better so you can make more solid contact. Connection's been talked about a lot in the golf swing. It's been around for almost 100 years. Babe Ruth talked about it. He was the first one to really talk about it in hitting and when he was coaching others for hitting. And he talked about connecting the lead arm to that lead side as the hitters strode into the ball to hit the golf ball. And then Sam Bird popularized it. I don't know if you know Sam Bird, but very legendary player from back in the 30s and 40s. He played Major League Baseball and on the PGA Tour at the same time. He won 6 times on the PGA Tour. He took coaching practice with Babe Ruth. He won a World Series. He's actually the only person on the planet that's ever played in the World Series and the Masters. Well, that's kind of cool. And he coached and influenced some of the greatest players to ever walk the planet. Mickey Wright, Sam Snead, Ben Hogan. He also coached and trained Jack Grout, who taught the legendary Jack Nicklaus. So it's been around for a long time. And then Sam Bird, he coached the legendary Jimmy Ballard. I don't know if some of you remember him from the 70s and 80s. He popularized this theory of connection with the golf swing, and he taught, Curtis Strange and, a whole host of players back in that era there. And we're just going to talk about it in terms of, arms helping you with your swing sequence. It's an important concept. It's been kind of, I think, misunderstood and misused over the years, so we've got to be careful how we use it. It's a really good, effective drill, though, for helping you feel the arms and body link up together and help your swing sequence to improve your contact. And I'm just going to use a towel here, and I'm just going to show you how to use it. I'm going to first talk about the most common variation of it, which is not really technically correct, and I don't think you want to get into it that way. Where players, we've seen players, they put the towel high underneath both their arms, and then they swing back and forth, which is okay and very effective for short shots, for chipping and pitching. And it's excellent for that. But when you get into the full swing, what happens, if you try to keep this towel underneath your arms here, you're gonna collapse your arms as you go back, which is what we don't want when we swing the golf club. When I swing the golf club back, my trail side has to separate from my body. I want my right arm to fold. I want it to come up away from my body. That's very important when I turn back. That's going to allow you to maintain a full turn of the rib cage and the thoracic area, but it's also going to allow your arms to come up in the correct natural swing plane away from the body. If I try to, the old thing about keeping a handkerchief under your right arm, and that is a disaster. It's just, you're going to pin your arms in, you're going to shorten them up, then you're going to destroy your swing sequence. You're going to swing out and over and top of the golf ball, which is what we don't want. So I'm going to show you how to use this properly to help your golf swing. It'll really, really help you with the swing sequence and improve your solid contact. So I'm going to take the towel. I'm just going to start with some short chips, and that's when I'm going to put it under both arms. So that really helps with feeling that proper arm motion. Help prevent me from getting flippy, where I hit the ball like this with the club head passing my hands, which is a disaster for golf. I just got to wake my radar here. It's gone to sleep here. I'm just going to get that a little fresh there. There we go. And I'm just going to hit a few chip shots with the towel high up underneath my arms, underneath my armpits here, and just going to hit a few little chip shots. Back and through. You can see there's a little bit of body motion here. My weight's forward. It just helps give me that feeling for arms and body, right? So I'm not getting my hands and head flipping at the golf ball. And your contact when you do this will be extremely solid because of that. Because I'll be striking the ball with a flat lead wrist, which is so important for good solid contact. And then from there, then we can start to lengthen it out a little bit. But I would only go as far as waist level with the towel under both arms. Because at that point in the swing, the arms are still fairly close to the body. They haven't separated away that much. So I'll just hit a few little half shots here. Back and through. And by connecting the arms up to the trunk, well, what happens? Well, I've got to use my lower body. I've got to use my trunk to move the golf club. I'm not going to be flipping at it as much with my hands. So it's a great training drill for that. It will help your rhythm and tempo as well, because now the arms and body are working together, and so your rhythm and tempo will be a function of your body motion back and forth, so it'll always be natural and it will repeat a lot more easily. Halfway back, through. So good solid contact, gives you that nice feeling, that sequence coming down where the lower body's leading a little bit and the club catches up, and then the club keeps going through and rotating through because I'm moving, right? I'm turning and rotating through rather than flipping the club out and fronting me with my hands and arms. Now the arms and body are rotating together through the golf ball, which is what we want for good solid contact. And then from there, I can lengthen the swing out a little bit more, but that's when I just put the towel underneath the left arm. I don't want it under the right side. I'm just going to put it high up under here. And so now I'm going to do a half swing, three-quarter, maybe a little bit longer than a half swing. Might feel like a three-quarter swing where my lead arm gets parallel to the ground and then through. And when I'm coming through, I'm going to try to keep this underneath my lead side here. So what does that do? Well, when I'm coming forward, it's going to help me activate from the ground up and then use my body rotation. See that? That brings the arms through, right? I have to turn. If I do this little casting thing, let the arms separate from the body, I've got no body rotation through the golf ball. So it's a really good drill to help you with that. Back and through. As the swing gets longer than the half stroke, remember it's just underneath your lead side. And just do some swings. And you'll be surprised at the contact, how solid it is and how much speed you get. Like that flew 100 yards and I'm not even swinging, you know. Ball speed was at almost 90 there for this little swing. So bringing the club forward is a function of swing sequence coming through the ball. So you had a little swing there, club head speed was 75 miles an hour just on the little swing. So again, just underneath the lead side. Rotate back, keep it there as you rotate through. Really give you that feeling for that good swing sequence through the golf ball. That's the correct way to use the old towel drill for connection. Vijay Singh popularized it too. I used to watch him down in Florida quite a bit, and he used to put a glove high up underneath his arm, and he'd be doing that same thing back and forth. So give that drill a try. It's fun to do. It'll help your chipping and pitching. It'll also help your full swing and connect your arms and body together. Have a more efficient, solid contact. Look up the history of Sam Bird. It's pretty cool. You learn a lot from a lot of these old players. And you know what? Golf instruction hasn't been invented with Instagram and all that. You know, it's been around for over 100 years. So we'll see you again. Barry from Hole in One Success.